Hey guys, have you ever wondered if computers are only using zeros and one in their number system, so how they are going to perform the calculation of negative numbers, right? So the idea to do the calculation of negative values is called two's complement or a signed binary. How does it work? Let's discuss this. So let's have a look of your book. What's your book saying? Or I would say, let's discuss the topic and let me explain the topic so you will have a better understanding about the topic, and then we will review the book, and that is how you will get a strongest concept of two's complement. So the idea of the two's complement or assigned binary is leftmost bit is going to be a negative value, right? So when we want to calculate the numbers in negative, what we will do it, what binary will do it, it will make the leftmost bit into a negative number. So for a 4-bit register, it is going to be negative 8. For a 8-bit register, it is going to be a negative 128. For a 12-bit register, it is going to be a negative 2048 and goes on, right? So now when we see the ranges of a binary is from in a normal binary or a unsigned binary, we see if we want to have a minimum value, so we say 0000, so we'll get 0, and if you want a maximum value, so we say 1111, so we'll get the maximum value of the range of that according to the size of a register. So if it's a 4-bit, so we'll get the range of 0 to 15, right? So if it's a 8-bit register, so we get the range of 0 till 255, right? So the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 255. In a 12-bit, the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 495, right? But now in an unsigned binary, we know we are handling negative values. So the minimum value is going to be a negative number, right? So for a 4-bit register, we will have a minimum value is -8 and the maximum value is +7. In a 8-bit register, we will get the minimum value -128 till +127. For a 12-bit, minus 2048 and till +2047, right? Now the question is, in a unsigned or a normal binary, if we want to have a minimum value, so we just add 0000. Why we are in a signed binary putting 1000 for a minimum value? So the reason is we want a least negative number. So we know the leftmost bit is going to be a negative number in a signed binary. So if I will put 1 on a negative number and 0 on remaining positive number, so I will get the minimum value, right? Or a maximum negative value, right? That's why we are just putting the 1 on a negative value in a signed binary to get the minimum value, and putting the 0 on a leftmost bit to get the maximum positive value, right? So that was the concept of the signed binary, and we see the ranges, how the ranges are calculated. So in short, or just a hack tip, so if the most bit leftmost bit is containing 1, so the value is going to be a negative, right? If in a 2's complement the leftmost bit is having a 0, so the value is going to be a positive number. And if it's a positive number, we will do the same conversion and same calculations as we do in a binary number. Don't confuse right now. Let's have an example so you will have a better understanding. For example, if I'll say the number is 1011, right? So in a signed binary, it is going to be a -5 in denary, right? How? Because -8 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to -5, right? But in an unsigned binary, 8 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 11. So denary value is 11 in a an unsigned binary, and denary value is -5 in a signed binary, right? So now the question is, if in the end both are 1011, so how computer understand it, right? That's a curious question and the extra question, right? And I'm giving you the extra information out of your syllabus. So the answer is, before in a previous languages like C or C++, when we are defining the integer, so we define either it's signed or unsigned, right? So the computer understand, okay, that is going to be a range for that integer, and that is going to be a range for that integer, right? But in today's modern languages such as Python or Kotlin, but in your syllabus Java or Python, both languages support don't need to do the defining the sign or unsign. They will know. If, for example, if you'll say x is equals to 1 or minus 1, so it will understand either I'm talking about the sign or either I'm talking about the unsigned, right? And I do encourage you guys to ask, curious question. If you don't ask curious questions, you don't get a solid understanding of a concept. So when you are studying something, either it's computer science or anything else, ask questions about that, right? Raise questions and try to find the answer of those questions. So you will have, the extra edge. You will have a solid understanding that no one else have. So always ask questions, and I will encourage you to write the question in the comment section, and I will answer it by myself. So come to the topic again. So now that there is an example. For example, if I think before that, let's have a look of your book. What's your book saying? So your book saying the 2's complement binary number representing negative integer, right? 2's complement is using to represent negative numbers that we already discussed, right? And the leftmost bit is going to be a negative number. We already see that, right? In 2's complement, leftmost bit is changed to a negative value. All right, we already see that. And now it's saying for an 8-bit register, instead of 28 we use 128. We already see that thing as well, right? So the new range is going to be negative 128 to positive 127. We already see that for a 4-bit and a 8-bit and a 12-bit, right? So now let's having an example. All right. So in the important thing that I already told you, if the leftmost bit is equals to 1, right? If in the leftmost bit is having a 1, so it will represent or it will indicate the negative number. And if the leftmost bit is having a 0, so it will indicate a positive number, right? Here's the example. If it's starting with 0, so the denary is positive number. If it's starting with 1 in a 2's complement, so the denary is negative number, right? So now here's the example. So it's given you the positive example. So the positive example is same as, we do in normal binary, so nothing special, no difference here. So here's the denary value 19, denary value 4. Convert them, we know if it's a positive value, so we just don't need to use the leftmost bit. But we will show the examiner that we know the concept, so you must put the negative sign on a leftmost bit, right? That's a very important thing from your exam point of view. So you need to put a negative sign on a leftmost bit just to tell the examiner that you know the concept. Otherwise, everything is same. Yeah, we are doing the conversion of 19 as we did in a positive in a normal binary. 16 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 19, and 4 is equals to 4. So example 2 is giving you another positive numbers, nothing different here. The same thing, just doing the conversion of binary to denary, denary to binary, 38 denary value converted into the binary. So we get the answer this for the 25. But you are noticing one important thing here is either you are doing the positive denary, right? But you are putting the negative sign on a leftmost bit, and highlighting it has 0, so that will give you the sign that you know the concept very well, and the examiner will give you the marks. If you forget to put the minus sign on a leftmost bit, so examiner may deduct your marks accordingly. So here is the example of the positive binary. So the examiner is saying, the book is saying, this is the positive binary 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0, convert it into 2's complement and then convert it into denary. So nothing is special, just place a value chart of binary and put minus sign on a leftmost bit and convert it into denary. So you will get 64 plus 32 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 is equals to 110, right? Another example, positive one, nothing is special here, right? Doing the same thing, 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 63. I would encourage you to do the activity sections by yourself, right? In order to have a good grip of the topic. Now, the negative binary, that is something, you need to understand, and that is something little bit different from the normal binary. So, for example, if your book is giving you the example of a binary number, right? The binary number is 1001001, and it's saying convert it into the denary. And this binary number is a 2's complement, right? This is a 2's complement number, binary number. Convert it into denary. So what we are going to do is we are adding the values, but we are adding it in a different way. So instead of 128, we are using minus 128. So minus 128 plus 16 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to minus 109. Another example, same thing, nothing different. We will get minus 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 4 is equals to minus 128, right? Another example, minus 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1 is equals to minus 11, right? Easy peasy, nothing, no rocket science here. Now, the interesting thing comes when the examiner will give you a negative denary, right? So in a positive denary, we just put the values of one in a on a right place and just do the and just do the addition and we'll get the answer. But when the leftmost bit is equals to minus 128, so that is going to be, that is little bit tricky to do the calculation. Let's see what I'm talking about. So examiner given you the example of positive 67, nothing special. We just convert the positive 67. So 64 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 67. So we put 1 on these positions and we get our binary of 67. Now the question is minus 67. So how we are going to do is, your book is saying as it's a negative value, so we know the leftmost bit is going to have a 1 on it, right? So we just put the 1 on negative 128, right? Now your book is saying put the 1 in their correct places. So how do we know the correct places, right? The calculation is little bit trickier. So if the book is saying minus 128 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 1 is equals to minus 67, that's right. But how do we do the calculation and then subtract it with 128, so we'll get the final answer of 67. So here's the hack. What we do is we will do the vice versa. In a beginning, what we will do it, we just subtract the number that is given in a negative in a question. So in our case, the number is negative 67, so we subtract it with 128. So when we subtract it 128, so 67 minus 1 minus 128, so that is going to be equals to 61. Now convert the 61 into binary, right? Easy peasy. Now it's become easy. So we know 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1 is equals to 61. And now when we so we will get the same answer, 10111101, right? But we know that is become easy to convert the 61 into binary. Instead, minus 67 to the binary directly. So yeah, that was it, right? And if you are getting confused with calculations, and the calculation is something difficult for you, so the book is giving you the another option which is more likely to remember the structure and it is like you have to convert the 67 into binary, right, the normal binary, then you invert the full value, right, invert the full value. So for example, if you get 01000011 is equals to 67 in denary, so you will invert it into 10111100, right. Then the third step is to add the 1 on that number. So when we do the binary addition of inverted number of 67 and then add 1 on it, so we'll get the binary value which is equals to negative 67, right? So yeah, these are the two methods. You can use any method by your choice. Examiner don't mind it. So let's have another example. So another example is saying minus 79. So in minus 79, we will subtract it 79 with 128. So we'll get the number 49. Then we'll convert 49 into binary. So 32 plus 61 plus 1 is equals to 49. So we put 1 on these places, right? And we know if it's a negative number, so put 1 on the leftmost bit, we will get the same answer. So if you will do the calculation of minus 128, right, plus 32 plus 16 plus 1, so it will is equals to negative 79, right. Just to cross check each and everything, so we are getting the same answer. Now the method 2 is easy, but you need to remember that method. Convert the 79 into binary, then invert the number that you get, then add 1 on it, and then you will get the negative number, negative denary of binary of that negative denary. For example, if 79 is the binary, so with that method you will get the negative 79 binary. That was it. In example 3, your book is giving you a 4-bit calculations, then 12-bit calculations, but following the same concept. And in the end, I'll encourage you to perform the activity sections, and I'll see you in a next one. Bye.